Welcome back to class. Today we're going to be learning about two-step equations, where you have to take 2 steps in order to get x alone in an equation like this. Oh, hello Ferdinand. As you guys may have noticed, Ferdinand is joining us today. It is in fact Mustache Monday on the day that I'm recording this. So I hope you all are aware of Mustache Monday and perhaps celebrating it by growing out a mustache if you are able. So back to two-step equations. 3x minus 2, if you were to plug a number in there, you do x times 3 minus 2 equals 10. Now, to get x alone in this situation, you have to do 2 things. The first thing that you're going to have to do is get rid of the negative 2 by adding 2 to each side. So you have 3x left over on this side, and then 12 over here. The next step is dividing each side by 3. If you divide this side by 3, you get x alone, which equals 12 divided by 3 is 4. So, to go backwards, the 3 was dividing out of here, and the 2 was adding out of here. So why do we first take away the negative 2 and then take away the 3? Why do we go in that order? Here's the reason why we go in that order. Up here, if you were to plug a number in, you would say that number times 3 minus 2 equals 10. So the order is first you multiply by 3, then you take away 2. That is the order of operations. You are working this out by the order of operations. So when taking numbers away, you are doing the opposite of the order of operations. In other words, the first step of taking away would be the second step in the order of operations. So x times 3 minus 2 is the second thing, so that's the first thing you take away. Second thing you take away is the first step in the order of operations, which was the multiplying by 3. So whenever you're solving a two-step equation, you want to get rid of the terms by the x in this order. You want to do it in the opposite of the order of operations. So here we have another equation, and if we were to think about it, if we were to plug a number in for x, we would do that times negative 4 plus 2. That's the order of operations. So to get rid of terms, we need to go backwards. The first thing we get rid of is the plus 2. We subtract 2 from both sides. And that leaves us with 8 on this side and negative 4x on this side. The next thing we do is we divide away the negative 4 on both sides. So I was doing that in green. So dividing each side by negative 4 leaves us with x equals negative 2. So with any problem you come across today, I want you to think, what is the order in which we solve it? Then think, what is the opposite of that order? And start taking away terms in the opposite of that order. So let's have Ferdinand help us with this problem. So my first question is, what term do we get rid of first? Ferdinand? Ferdinand says we get rid of the negative 2 first. How are we going to do that, Ferdinand? Plus 2, you say? I agree. If you plus 2 to both sides, these are going to cancel out. And that's what we want. So we are left with negative x over 3 equals 7. What's the next step, Ferdinand? Ferdinand says that the next step is multiplying by a 3. I agree, but I actually think that there's another way to do it as well. Since there's a negative in front of the fraction, you can put the negative with either the top or the bottom. Now to make this faster, I'm going to put the negative with the 3. That way, we can say we multiply each side by negative 3. Which leaves us with just x on this side, which is exactly what we wanted. 7 times negative 3 is going to be negative 21. And Ferdinand, is that right? He's going to check his work. Oh, you're checking your calculator? Okay. He's checking his calculator. And he agrees. X equals negative 21.